Ojo koyo kaluano mengumpul Boso wis atuwo Ting salebar dewe-dewe Nora wurung bakal dadi bumbu pindang. This is the story of the great Ajisaka and the beginning of Hana Caraka. Long time ago, there lived a young knight named Ajisaka. He was a truth-loving guy who liked to explore the world. He crossed seas and oceans, went from one place to another place, one island to another island, and even one country to another country. Ajisaka was not alone. The two loyal guards were certainly on his side, no matter how far he went. They were Dora and Sembada. Everybody knew that Ajisaka had magical powers. He handily helped the weak and fought the criminals with his weapon, and one of his weapons was a sacred kris. One day, Ajisaka wanted to go to a place on Java Island, but first he decided to leave his kris and had Sembada save it. Sembada, I trust you to take care of my kris while I'm gone, but remember one thing, don't give it to anybody else except me, myself. Sembada carried the comment obediently. He went to a cave and meditated for a long time. On the other side, Ajisaka and Dora were back to the adventure strike away. The sun shone warmly and the wind blew softly. What a great day for having a sail! A few hours later, their ship docked in a place called Medang Kamulan. But as they stepped their foot in the earth, the atmosphere suddenly changed. Trees were completely dried up, and even animals were voiceless. There were many wooden houses, but there seemed to be no sign of life. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody here, here? Shh. Don't be noisy. Come here. An old man called them suddenly. His face looked anxious and scared, but after knowing that the strangers were undangerous people, he immediately told them what happened in Medang Kamulan. Starting several years ago, a cruel king held the power of this poor kingdom, Medang Kamulan. He was the cannibal Prabu Dewata Cingkar. Ajisaka and Dora were very shocked to hear that. Complete their amazement, the old man said that Prabu Dewata Cingkar had the villagers give men as he meal every day. And if they didn't do that, the king will rampage and destroy everything. People were scared to death. Therefore, they made up their men to leave this kingdom and escape. Ajisaka's head full of many talks. He had to help them, but how? He talked and talked and talked and... Aha! He had a good idea. Ajisaka precisely went to the palace of Medang Kamulan. In the middle of journey, he met Prabu Dewata Cingkar's troop and fought them easily. Their strength were not comparable at all. Not longer after that, Ajisaka reached the palace and met Prabu Dewata Cingkar. What a delicious lunch! Who are you, sweet boy? Your Majesty, I'm Ajisaka, the prince from a far place. Let me present to you a gift, my people's meat, even mine. But on one condition, give me the earth of Medang Kamulan, as wide as this shoal stretches. The king was tempted by the offer and agreed. He took the shoal that Ajisaka gave and began to break it. He walked backwards and backwards and backwards and wide its strength. The shoal continued to lengthen and widen until it was very, very large. When the king arrived at the end of the cliff, he just realized that he was tricked. But unfortunately, it's too late because Ajisaka immediately checked the shawl with his full power and wrapped it into the king. Prabu Dewata Cengkar was kicked and fell down into the sea. Ajisaka! It was very suspenseful, but the story didn't end there. In short, Ajisaka changed Prabu Dewata Cengkar to be the king of Bedang Kamulan. After that, the kingdom was being more prosperous than ever. One night, Ajisaka remembered the crest that he had already entrusted to Sembada. He asked Dora to take it. Sembada, the Majesty Ajisaka asked me to take the crest from you. What? No way! He asked me to not give it to anybody else except himself. Unavoidable. The two loyal guards were stuck on hot argument and they ended up fighting each other. After several days, Ajisaka got anxious because Dora didn't come back soon. What happened? Therefore, he decided to check and go there by himself. But when Ajisaka reached the place, he was very, very shocked. But Dora and Sembada had died. Ajisaka was very sad to losing his guard. He thought that everything was his own mistake. And finally, Ajisaka made some character to commemorate their death, which is read, Hana Caraka Data Sawala Pada Jayanya Magabatanga. Its meaning, there were two messengers. They had different opinions, but all of them are equally strong, but all of them had died. And later, this character will be known well as Aksara Jawa.